Well, good morning, guys. I don't know if any of you saw the little unboxing that I just did recently of this little camera. Um, but today, this is again, I can't pronounce it, Xiaomi, I don't know, the Yi camera. Um, because this doesn't have a screen or anything like that on it, you have to do all the setup and everything for this camera via the app for your phone. So I'm going to give you guys just a quick rundown of how this connects and how we actually get the phone to connect to it. I'm going to be running this on an iPhone using their application. So first thing before we do that, of course, is to start this. So this is going to be our main power button. So we'll just hold that until she lights up. These rings, of course, just give it a power indicator, so they change colors depending on how much power is in the camera, which is good. And then, I don't know if you can see that, that's your turn your Wi-Fi on. So we'll get that to turn on, so that's going to turn the Wi-Fi on. And then what we'll do is I'm going to grab my phone and we'll connect it and show you how this looks. Alright guys, so this is actually my iPhone right here, and I'm going to use my mouse here. I've got this being captured on my computer so you guys can see it. We're going to end up, right now, you can tell the Yi got its Wi-Fi turned on. So we're going to go into where it says settings, so right in here. And we're going to make sure that my phone is actually, and you can see here, we're going to go into where it says Wi-Fi. We'll tap that. And you will see a network right here, that YDXJ. That's the one we actually want to connect to. So we're going to tap on that. Now, I've connected to it already, so the password default is 1234567 so that'll connect you. Once we're connected, we can exit out of this, hit my home button, and I'm going to go back into this area where it says action cams down here, right? We're going to tap on that, and you'll see one there called Yi Action. So I want that. So this loads up the software, and right off the bat, it really doesn't do too much. This you see you can't connect the network because I've turned my iPhone's cellular off right now, so I don't get messages and email while I'm talking with you guys. But at the very bottom down here, you'll see this area called camera, right down here. And we're going to tap on that, and that big red button at the bottom, this is where we actually click to get it to connect. So we tap that, and you'll see that it starts kind of searching the network. And we should, yep, so there's me right there, right? There's the camera doing its job. Okay, and I'm just going to lay this again right there. I'll just put it over there. Good. Okay, so a few things that's important in here. So right off the bat, you'll see that it says it's taking video at 1080p 60. But let's go through some of these things. So right over here in this area, this is if I want to make this video here full screen. So if I tap on it, you'll see it goes. Now my screen's not set to rotate, so it flipped it that way. You can hit this little arrow back here and it'll spin back normal, which is cool. You do get to see what your battery life is on the camera itself. And you go down here, and here's your big record button. Now this guy here, which is your camera, if you tap on that, it actually allows you to switch your modes, so single, timer, time-lapse, burst, video, and time-lapse again. We're going to keep it in video for now. Big red button, of course, starts it. These guys over here are going to be the settings for the mode that you're currently in. So these are going to be your resolution, and you can see that this camera can shoot up to 2K. It's 2K 30, so if I tap on that, you'll see I only get 30 frames as the option. So I'm going to keep it back here at 1080p and 60. Okay, that's pretty much that. Now if you go into photo mode, so I'm going to click over here in the camera, and we'll change that to a single photo, right, 16 megapixel. Again, if I go into the options here now, you'll see I got 16, 13, right, 12, 8, okay, a whole bunch of different ones. And I'm going to keep it at 16. But again, I'm going to switch this back to video mode. Go. Right at the very top, so right up here, we have our settings. And we're going to jump in there now. So a few of these are pretty obvious, and there's some in here that you may want to be very aware of. Video quality, high. If you're running out of space, you might want to lower it. It's up to you. Timestamp, I don't ever use it. I don't like it. It imprinted on my video or photos, so I turned it off. But you can put it in. Cool is if you put it in, you get to choose what kind of timestamp you want. So you'll see date and time. What do you want? Here you can change your resolution again. Video standards are you NTSC or PAL. Default recording mode. So this is when you're in video. So if you were to switch your camera to video, default does it go to video or to time lapse? No, I'm sure most of us are in video. Continuing down here, resolution. This is for our photos now. I have mine set high, and again, to capture mode, you can click on that, and what is it going to set itself the moment you spin it to photo. Timestamp, again, you can turn off. Alright, so in the camera, preview switch. Do you want to be able to preview it? Auto low light, and these are ones that are defaulted to on, so I've just kind of kept them on. Loop recording, that would be really beneficial if you were using this in your car as a, a recorder, so that when it gets to the end of the memory card, it starts again. Not something I want, so that it doesn't fill up the card and start deleting my earlier footage. It also has a, see here, an adjust lens distortion. That's going to give it that, take away that fisheye look. I turn mine off because I have a piece of software that I use that can do that for me, and I'd rather do it in post just in case I want it. Turn on Wi-Fi when device is on. I will do that. Again, sometimes I don't want the Wi-Fi turned on, so I don't want to accidentally have it on, which means it would chew up battery. And a lot of these, right, AV output, video rotation, they're defaulted off, but just be aware that they're there. Video rotation can be good for a lot of us that, again, if you were using this in the car and you had your you had your camera mounted upside down. So metering mode, center metering, so you can actually do center, average, spot. I'm going to keep it at center for now. Emergency backup, I'm not even, honestly, not 100% sure what that one does. Buzzer is a little dings it does. Wi-Fi settings, this is where you can go in and change your password if you felt like it, give it a different name. Here's the big one. First off is there's that camera time. Just make sure that's right, and you'll actually see that mine right now is dead on the money, so that's perfect. But default camera mode. So when it came out of the box, this default camera mode was set to photo. I'm going to use this 90% of the time in video, so I wanted it so that as soon as the camera starts, it goes into video mode, not photo, which means I can turn it on, hit the shutter button, and off it goes. Turn off automatically. Yep, I have mine set off automatically when it's not being used, and you can set a timer in there for how long that'll happen when it's not doing anything. This is going to go into your firmware, and I'm going to look later on today to find out what the most current firmware is, but this is running 1.2.13. Little things like SD card, you can format your card from here. You'll see my card is empty. Unbind Bluetooth devices. Kids, you can hook up Bluetooth to this, and restore factory settings, all kind of here. So all the settings are in here, which is kind of cool. The only thing I really didn't like is that because it has no screen and because it doesn't have anything like that, it really you can't change anything without having your phone connected to it, which isn't always great. But I'm guessing because it doesn't have a screen, it also will help with battery life, or so we will see. I'm going to take it out later on today, and I'm going to give it a comparison shot up against my SJ4000, and we'll see how well it compares. There you go, guys. Hope you got a good rundown of the camera application, at least, and how it works. I'll see you guys soon.